On this episode of the Layover Live, Grant stops by to talk content vision for 2020.
2020 vision? I can't see sh**.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 95 of the Layover Live, where we bring you the top article from the Layover each week. I'm Jason Swick, VP of Digital Marketing, joined by Grant Stoltz. So Grant, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You have your glasses now so you can see, which is
do.
really good. And we are talking about 2020 vision, but as it relates more to content. So what we want to do is go over this week's article of the week, which comes from Jay Baer and the team over at Convince and Convert, which talks about content trends for 2020. So Grant, let's get into this. It's really important as we start to think about these things moving into the new year, start to get our planning in place and think about what we want to do as we lay out our content calendars and how we're going to tackle 2020. So what are some of the content trends for 2020 that they're talking about in this great article?
Yeah, there's a couple in there that I think have been buzzwords for a little while or have been very popular in the content marketing space, which should be no surprise to anyone. Topping the list is video content, that more and more video content is being consumed and will be consumed in the future. Also talking about voice, that people interacting with voice devices such as Siri and Alexa, but also the rise in podcasts as well. There's also some other interesting trends that they're looking at, how B2B marketing will mirror B2C marketing and how one seems to follow the other, especially when it looks for how businesses interact with others and how it mirrors B2C marketing instead. Also kind of bridging out into some other more, I guess, advanced fields. Augmented reality, I think, kind of coming into its own potentially in 2020 is something to look out for. So again, I think they have a pretty solid list there of things that are achievable, and then also some other things that you may just want to keep in the back of your mind as you're planning your content for 2020.
Yeah, let's think about that then, right? Because there is 8 different categories they talk about on there and things to focus on. Which of those trends then do you think are the most achievable for marketers and what they should focus on?
Yeah, the one that I think is the most achievable, they call it no more random acts of content, not kindness. So the difference is there is that what they're talking about is actually laying out your content for a set period of time, more like a TV station, how you kind of know what's going to be on week to week, month to month, and all kind of following a similar trend or story as it was, rather than just going after what's kind of the newest hot thing to talk about or creating something because you think it might be successful. Really going after a full content strategy and a content map based off of storytelling and also kind of guiding your customers through this content journey, which is actually another trend they talk about too, is looking at customer journeys and customer flows through your content as well. So I think both of those two combined are some of the best ways that marketers can best change their content strategy in 2020.
And probably the most achievable for everybody out there, right?
Yes.
We're not going to be able to be everything to everyone, so we're really focusing on those things that matter the most. So what should marketers do with this information then to make sure they're successful with all of their content moving into this new year?
Yeah, I think the best thing in this case would be to look at all the trends that are going on there. And again, I think auditing your marketing and seeing which are most achievable. You know, is it possible for you to move into the space of voice and audio as well with your marketing? Is it possible to produce more video content? You know, where are the ways that you can leverage these most effectively with your business, and then also being able to stay ahead of the curve with some of these as well. You know, I think they mentioned augmented reality in there. Maybe not the most achievable for every destination, every marketer out there, but I think looking at these sort of in a vacuum and then seeing the achievability of them and looking at what would affect your end goal the most, I think is the biggest thing there. So that's my advice.
Yeah, good point and really good advice there. If we start trying to be spreading yourself out too thin, focusing on one or two things on there and really doing them very, very, very well is the right approach. It's typically the right approach. Don't want to, most DMOs out there probably aren't going to be able to tackle all 8 of those and do them very well. So finding those ones that make the most sense for your destination and your marketing strategy and focusing on those. So Grant, great advice there. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. Really check out this article. It's really, really great from Jay Baer and the Convince and Convert team. They always put out really, really good content. It's definitely one you want to check out as it relates to content, especially as we're starting to do our planning going into the next year. If you're not subscribed, please do so. That way we can get this content to you each and every week. If you'd like to consume through audio, we're also available on Spotify and iTunes as well. So thanks for tuning in. See you next week and have a great day.